Mission Pro Wrestling, the symbol of excellence in women's sports entertainment.
Good evening, Mission Pro family. It is another episode of Mission Pro Spotlight, and already in the chat, we got the Familia coming on in. We got Pepe, so you got to hydrate.
Wait, where's my water? Yeah, I have water for once. Water,
all right, so we got to hydrate. And of course, we've got Phantasm in the house and Stephen Green in the house saying, hey, Mission Pro Universe. Phantasm says, Hunter the Wonder Dog says his hellos. Good boy. He's the goodest of boys. And Pepe. And look at this. Happy early 4th of July from Zach. You know, absolutely. This is 4th of July Eve. Remember to leave milk and protein supplements out for Kurt Angle tonight so that he can leave you presents in the morning. Or fireworks for Kid Rock? And something else for I don't know. You got to leave. Milk and protein supplements for Kurt Angle tonight.
I'm gonna drink a whole glass of milk.
Exactly. Well, speaking with me right now, of course, is my tag team partner, my partner in crime, the most lethal lady with a kendo stick, and she's coming for ya. You got to be. Do not mess with Angel Marie here. She is Tatum Paxley's niece, allegedly. Ladies and gentlemen, Angel Marie, how you doing?
Hey, I am doing great. Oh my god, I'd be so honored to be Tatum Paxley's niece. Honestly, that's so fun. I mean, if y'all know me, I know most of y'all are, watchers of the podcast. I love Tatum Paxley so much. She's literally my spirit animal. If a spirit animal is a person, it's Tatum Paxley for me.
Tatum Paxley, gotcha. Absolutely. That's your spirit animal. Absolutely. We got a lot of cool stuff going on today. We've got we're going to kick off some interesting topics. The news, there's a lot of news going on, and less about the matches themselves, but a lot of developments in women's wrestling that we got to talk to, and some, I wouldn't say controversial, but yeah, some conversation sparking topics that we promise will not eventually go to a certain pop star. We'll segue there. And then at the top of the hour, we're super excited, super stoked to have one of the coolest rising sensations in the indie scene. Jade Onyx is going to be with us. I personally got to see her in action, kicking some ass in a show in Hampton. And she's awesome. She's a badass. And we're going to share her with the Mission Pro family, Mission Pro Universe. You're going to get to meet Jade Onyx if you haven't already. And she's going to, and one of the questions I'm going to ask her, and we're going to see if we can get to the bottom, is she would prefer to get 100 chops from Jordan Blade or 100 kicks from Janai Kai. We're going to ask her that question and see what she decides. But without further ado, let's get to the week in women's wrestling news. All right, and we brought this is actually we'll just do a quick Izzy report. All right, there we go. That's enough of that. Izzy's actually topping off our news tonight, and Angel Marie and Dora and I had some backstage discussions about this. Now, I think we're all kind of on the same page, but Izzy basically has been getting some flack. She recently has released her KISS card. Now, this is Izzy, everyone's BFF that we know, and some of the controversy is that this is begging a lot of creepy fans to it's kind of baiting them a little bit. But the argument also is this contrary to her BFF Bailey type character? On the other side, she's 18; she can do what she wants. So, is this also going hand in hand with perhaps some kind of like growing up character evolution. And as you can see in the one of the tweets, it said, "Yo, if you dead ass bought an Izzy Kiss card, you need a serious talk with yourself." So there's been a lot of those kind of tweets. So she's getting, it's controversy. It's getting her talked about, but we love Izzy. We support anything she does, and I just want to ask you, Angela, your thoughts. I mean, she's 18. She can do what she wants, but do you kind of understand why some people are a little funny about Izzy, the character, releasing a Kiss card?
Yeah, I definitely, and I mean, I feel like it's a little strange too. But I mean, no disrespect, like if you can sell out a damn Kiss card, go ahead and make your money. Like, hell yeah, like, and it's like what I say with like OnlyFans, that's not something that I can like ever see myself doing, or feel comfortable with the thought of even that. But if you do it and you make money, go right ahead, bro. Like, make your money how you want to make your money. But it is really weird seeing, Izzy Moreno as this, everyone's BFF character, and how she's, she's really close with like the kids too. It is weird seeing her release a Kiss card. And it can be like more of a transition into adulthood, like we were saying. Because sometimes people want to show that they're more of an adult than they are, because people might still be treating Izzy as a kid, and she's came out about that before. Because we've seen this not just with Izzy, like we've seen this so many times before. We've also seen this with pop culture. Like, there's been people like a huge one is Britney, and we're gonna bring it up. JoJo Siwa.
Oh, your favorite. Oh boy,
I hate her. Okay, that's a whole other rant for another time. But like JoJo Siwa, like, she started doing all of this different edgy stuff, to show that she was an adult and she's no longer like this kid character. And it is kind of like different phases, but like, there's a good route to go about it, and JoJo didn't really. JoJo
admit, and you and I talked about this off the air before we got on. It's got to be tremendous pressure for Izzy, because she did start out as the little girl in NXT that then Sasha Banks, now Mercedes, stole her bow, made her cry, and then Bailey had to avenge her and all that. Then she became the hot tag with Izzy. She had her podcast as a kid, but now she's put in the work. And to me, I don't think she needs to actually do anything to promote herself as an adult, because she's showing in the ring what she's capable of. That jiu-jitsu transition armbar she does, that's fantastic. And yes, Phantasm bought 2. He says, therefore his Hunter the Wonder Dog. Okay, good caveat there.
See, that's okay.
And Pepe is going to be releasing his own Kiss card. Pepe, all right, dude. Good luck with that, buddy. Stay hydrated.
More power to you.
More power to you. Well, we got to say congratulations, Jade Cargill, as Queen of the Ring. And I think a lot of us kind of saw this coming. Asuka, it would be nice if Asuka did. Personally, I think I speak for Angel as well. We were we wanted to see Roxy with the crown. She's got her own crown anyways. Let's be honest. She always wears a crown.
Exactly.
But I think this is fantastic, and for representation, you've got, Bianca Belair has been tremendous. You've got you've got Trinity, aka Naomi, acting like such a fool with this costume.
I love her so much. She's so silly. I love her.
She's got her riding suitcase. She stole like some Snapple from catering and stuff. But Jay, this is cool too, because this was in the Saudi Arabia show or whatever, and she won the crown, and she just she came out looking like Storm. I think this is fantastic. I've watched Jade since she was in AEW, and she really has come a long way. The criticisms against her wrestling when she started were valid, but she has put in the work, and like Thunder Rosa and a lot of others have said, she's one of the ones that shows up for practice. She wants to get better, and I think that she's been tremendous. So, Jade Cargill, congratulations. Angel, your thoughts on Jade? Is this and with her at the crown, who do you think she goes after now? What's her feud now?
Yeah, no, I'm happy for Jade. I would have rather been Rox.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. I really loved her speech afterwards. Honestly, that was really nice. I think she's gonna try and cash in her crown,
Yeah.
and then, after I feel like I don't know. I would say she would win the title with whoever she would, face. But I don't know if oof.
Yeah.
Somehow Naomi's gonna screw her over.
Of course.
That's what I'm
Naomi
getting to.
lurking in the distance, she's going to show
Yeah.
up. We also now have a title change again. Julia with the U.S. title. I mean, I think we kind of saw that coming. I didn't think it was going to be this soon. I wanted little Zelina to hold on for a while, but yeah, I think this fits. This works for Julia. We got to talk about this Natalya versus Natty. I mean, this transformation of Natty Neidhart is so badass, in Bloodsport. Yeah. I've seen some polls too that who's next for Natty, and she's called everybody out. Masha Slamovich is actually talking some trash back to her. We might get a Masha versus Natty, but this badass, she's joint busted open, and she doesn't hold back. I mean, she calls it like it is. She gets into it with Bully Ray all the time. I mean, or at least there was one time where she really got into it. She holds her own. She's not holding back. This, any kind of sweetheart Natalya is not present with this Natty character. She had put on a banger with Promise Braxton. And I like her.
So badass.
Here. Yeah. So what do you think of this Natty Neidhart? And are you excited for Natty versus Masha?
Oh my gosh. I love just the character change. I always love good. Yeah. Okay. I was going to say that too. I always love a good character change when it's needed. And this switch from, Natalya to Natty, Natty is so great, and I just the match against Masha. Holy shit! If we get that, holy shit!
Oh, it's gonna be brutal in all the best ways,
Hell yeah!
And you talk, Natty's another one of those like Thunder Rosa, where with the exception of one or two haters, everyone you talk to, every female in the locker room have so much respect for her. She goes out of her way to help. She's doing a lot, I think, with training as well, with helping a lot of young female stars to rise up. I like this new attitude. I can't wait to see what's next. I want to see Natty and Jordan Blade go at it. I think that would be a banger. Natty and Janai Kai.
Oh my god, I was about to say Janai.
Oh my goodness, that would be intro. Oh, actually. Miyu Watanabe, Miyu Iwatani, or what's it called? Who's the strike? Well, you just insert anybody; it'd be fantastic. All right, speaking of transformations,
oh wow,
Nicole's favorite, Nicole from Down with the Count's favorite, Hollywood Haley J, which I've got a soft spot for Hollywood. I got to admit, I like the character. But she definitely puts some legit stank on her name with this this power slap. I guess she was victorious. She knocked this poor girl out or down for the count. I have a problem with power slap. I don't like a show that promotes concussions, but
yeah, it's kind of weird. It's different, that's for sure.
Does this add some credibility to Hollywood in the wrestling scene?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it, I guess. Yeah. But for me, I don't pay attention to power slap and think, oh, she was really good in power slap. Let's get her on a wrestling show. I don't really think about that. I'm just power slap really is weird because it is you can get so easily concussed by that. and concussions can get bad. Like, there's
Yeah.
horror stories. Like, it's not my cup of tea. But you know what? Like I said earlier, you do you, boo boo. Make your money how you make your money.
Jenna wants to join Power Slap because she keeps accidentally slapping people anyway.
Jenna.
So, yeah, Jenna.
Oh,
way
and
to go.
choking people out too.
Well, I tried to reach out to Nicole from Down for the Count Wrestling. She was unavailable for comment, except she sent me a tomato emoji. So
Oh yeah,
that's where she stands with
that's common enough.
But they got beef. It's between them. You know, we'll see. Really quickly, rumor killer. Yeah, it was a couple. It was bodyslam.net and was saying that Britt Baker was WWE bound. That's been a rumor going a while. But Britt did post this thing about same water, differences change of place, go where you're worth, kind of a cryptic thing. But rumor killer, Sean Ross Sapp in Fightful Select says no, she's got plenty of time on her AEW contract. She's not bound. She has been absent from TV and whatnot. But I think that's due to a lot of stuff that we've talked about before with Britt, and some of the locker room stuff. And we wish her the best. I think WWE run would be tremendous for her, but don't change her name to Denise Tooth or something like that, or Tammy Tooth.
What? Not Tammy Tooth.
That
sounds like a mascot.
Yeah, she can't do something like that. But anyway, she's sticking around. Maybe we'll see her at All In. Maybe she'll be in the Casino Gauntlet. But rumor killer on that. Just really quickly, we got to talk about this from last night. Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa put on an incredible match. This was for the TBS title, and even though I went into watching this match knowing Mina wasn't going to win, there was that little bit of me. They did such a great job of me. I thought Mina actually was going to pull it off, and I really. We've talked about this before. I don't want to get on a rant because we got Jade coming in just a little bit, but I loved this match. I really like how Mercedes has kind of found her stride in AEW, and I thought the match she put on with Mina was incredible. There were moments where I thought Mina was going to get the 1, 2, 3, and I think it's good storytelling that Mercedes beat Mina with a small package. Which is, so there's still room for this feud to continue down the line. I don't know. Do you think Mercedes gets unfair hate being in AEW?
Some of it is unfair hate, but then a decent amount of it is justified. Like, I don't hate Mercedes. I don't know. I don't really, mess with the whole, like, putting 1,000 belts on you and then half of them don't get defended half the time.
I got you.
That's all I'm saying.
Now that second part, your qualifier there, I agree 1,000%. Like, I like a belt collector motif. And she said, and she had an open chat and they were calling her Mercedes Hogan. She said, "Don't call me Mercedes Hogan, call me Mercedes Omega." And I was like, I think Chris Statlander's the best bout machine in the women's division. But I understood what she was saying about the belt collector thing, and that's a good heel gimmick. Yeah. But that's just because then when she loses those belts, the crash out needs to be just as potent. That she needs when she starts losing the belts. I think it's fine. Yeah. I think I think some of her early matches in AEW were a little shaky. She just did come off of an injury. But I think it's been fantastic that I think she's really come around. Statlander, Harley Cameron, and Mina last night. She's had some incredible matches, so I think it's good stuff. Okay, Indie Report. We got the Great American Cookout. What is this?
What is this? RCW Stars and Stripes. If you didn't get tickets, too bad it's sold out. It's going to be at the Von Erich Ranch, of course, this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to get the Mission Pro Tag Team Champions, Fire and Fury, against the newish team of Ridley Thorne and Denise Day. 2 Mission Pro alums, and I honestly, this makes me so mad because I can't go because
Oh,
I haven't seen Denise in so long, and I also haven't seen Fire and Fury in so long, and I'm like, well, no, I'm not gonna be able to see them.
well,
But you
Greyhound
can
has
watch on
buses.
Title Match.
4
No,
hour
but they're
ride.
sold out. They're sold out. I
You
can't
can
get in.
They'll let you in. They'll sneak in. And then
Maybe.
Calientita, she's got who's she?
Yes.
Who's she
Calientita is going to be defending her RCW Women's Championship against Anarchid Ash, which Ash just recently came back from injury and has been on fire, absolutely on fire. And then we have Emi Camacho defending her RCW Phoenix title against the Queen of the South, Kaya Dream, who we've had on the podcast before.
Yeah.
So, you know, and Kaya just recently has been going to RCW shows, and she honestly, she had a long line the last time at the RCW show. She had a long line of people. I had to wait. I was like, dang. But good for her, like a good thing.
And that what's the name of the mask guy? Stinky Pete. What's his name?
Not Nastico. Let's not even talk about Nastico. And his creepy look. Why does he look like that?
Yeah, Nastico. All right, Nastico or Armani Sage. Who would you rather be stuck in an elevator with?
Oh,
Jenna's also not a fan of Nastico.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to come back. Yeah, you're gonna have to come back to me on that one. I don't know. Maybe Nastico, because I really hate her.
Perhaps, but here's the thing. You know, Calientita can sit tight with her championship because you've got to worry because within the next few months we might see a new challenger at some point. RCW, keep your eyes on our guest tonight, because Jade Onyx is going to join us here in just a moment. And she's definitely someone that I think could come for a lot of titles. She actually recently got her first title. We're going to be talking about that moment. Which is so cool, but the first of many, I am sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's bring on our guest at this time, Jade Onyx. All right, in the house, ladies and gentlemen, it is Jade Onyx. What's up? We got you muted. Got to unmute you here real quick.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There you go.
All right.
What's up,
How
Jade Onyx? How you doing? Good to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
This is awesome. Of course, wearing the Jade Onyx merch already.
Yep.
Make sure you stay vigilant. Or
Fire.
Get juiced.
Get juiced. You don't want to get juiced. Not at all. Excellent. We're so happy to have you here. Of course, I'm introducing my compatriot, Angel Marie, the most deadly woman with a kendo stick. And you don't want to.
I haven't taken one of those yet.
Well, judging by your Instagram, we have seen that you have taken your fair share of chops, though. We did notice that. The chat's saying hello to you. Excited to have you here. I had the pleasure of actually watching one of Jade's matches at the Hampton Next Up show. It was fantastic, and that made me an instant fan. So, but I want the Mission Pro family to get to know you properly. So, Jade, we have a little segment we have here to kick off for everybody to get to know you called Insta Insanity. And it's totally ripping off Sean Evans from Hot Ones, but we don't care. He's cool with it. But we had our interns scour your Instagram and other socials to find some select pictures that we figure that you would provide a little background story behind to get to know you. So without further ado, as the man in the black hat says, it's time for Insta Insanity.
Welcome! It's Insta Insanity!
All right, and we had to go with this one. kicking it off.
Yeah.
Who is this little shredder right here?
That's little me. I always loved wrestling. Always been a fan, and I've always wanted a title.
That's interesting. You went from purple to green. But look at that smile on your face. Is that how you felt when you won your first title recently?
Absolutely. It was electric. It was unreal. Actually, in that picture right there, that was my first WWE show I was going to. So I was super excited.
Who were you rooting for? Were you a who were you, a Trish Stratus, Lita, Rhea Ripley? Who were your favorites?
You know, so I've always been a Rey Mysterio fan. I just love his athletic ability in the ring. And I actually stopped watching wrestling for a little while. And I got back into it like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Rhea Ripley, and I was like, you know what? A lot has changed since I last watched. I stopped watching probably around 12. So when I came back and I saw the women's division, it's changed so much. Like, and I love it. Like, it's done nothing but grow. I hate it. Sorry to say it. I hate it, like the diva title and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's valid.
Yeah, okay, you know what I mean. But so like to see like where it's grown and like where it's came from since when I was little, it's changed so much, and I love it. Like, I love it.
Yeah, we've talked about that too. Like where the Attitude Era, it was bra and panty matches only for women's wrestling.
Yeah.
But now you've got the Women's Evolution. With
Yes.
you've got Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. You got Charlotte Flair, Bex. You've got Bailey. Do you feel like from when you were a fan as a kid to now, do you feel like women's wrestling is becoming more mainstream, a little more fused with the culture? Do you feel like we're kind of in a golden age of women's wrestling now?
Absolutely. And I am so happy I can be a part of this era. But yeah, I just love it. I love how we're not treated like just like women, and like they just view us as women, and like people weren't into the matches and stuff like that. But now it's like the athletic ability of what these women are doing these days. It's enjoying, I enjoy watching so much more.
Absolutely. And the time of the popcorn match is not non-existent. I like to talk about, I went to an indie show in North Carolina. It was Shockwave Wrestling, and unfortunately the place that they were at is actually torn down, but it was funny because they only had one women's match, but the women stole the show, and they were in the middle of the card. And it was funny because I could see the guys peeking around the curtain going, crap, we got to rethink our matches because these ladies are bringing it down. They were doing all cool stuff. And it's interesting you say you're a fan of Rey Mysterio, because I don't see that so much. I don't see that so much in your moves sometimes. I mean, I don't really see some high flying moves at all in your repertoire. I mean, this seems like this is kind of a catch as catch can move, right? This is just a slow grapple.
It's slow grapple.
So, I mean, is that so? We sometimes call it the flippy do, which I love. I think Angel as well. Are you a high flyer and striker? What's kind of your style?
So I'm definitely a high flyer. I also have an arm bar. It's called JADEerade Juice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
You don't want to get caught in that. But yeah, absolutely. I want to be a high flyer. I love I just love being up there. It's I'm gonna say it again. It's electric, and I feel like it brings the people in more, and I just really want to put on a show for my fans. And I want to be seen as fearless in the ring. I don't want to have any limits. I'm gonna do what I got to do to please my fans.
Absolutely, and if you slap that arm bar on, it's over. They're gonna tap.
It's over.
They're gonna tap, but they're gonna drink the juice.
That's right. That's how I won my title, actually.
You got him the tap. Excellent. I
Yep.
want to talk about that. Angel, we know a certain BFF that has a pretty brutal armbar also.
I was gonna mention that.
Go ahead, bring it up, Wen. What
Oof.
do you think?
You know what? I'm trying to think. Who would win in an armbar battle?
Oh,
You or Izzy Moreno?
and I think we might have to test that out.
Honestly.
I think the way I get into mine is pretty good.
Ooh,
I like that.
okay.
I like that. So
It's
we
a little
might actually have
Del
to.
Rio spin on it.
Nice.
Nice.
I think we need to talk to a certain BFF and see if she's willing to put the Mission Pro title on the line coming up when Mission Pro returns from hiatus. We might have ourselves a challenger. Very similar. Izzy's not as much a high flyer, but I as far as like the submission, that's stuff she does, that like jujitsu kind of move. I could see JADEerade versus the BFF bar. That could be quite
Battle of the arm bars.
Yes. All right.
The arm bars, I like.
All right,
it.
Izzy, you got a new challenger coming up.
I'm ready.
A new challenger, as long as she can do something about these chicken legs. At least that's what she said. So is this? Are you starting to do some gym Are you one of those gym selfie people now, or is this just a progress thing?
Occasionally, yeah. I'm more of like a progress person. I'll occasionally upload like a post-workout picture, but yeah, just like when I feel like it. When I feel like I got a really good pump, I'll take a picture.
Nice ink, by the way. Is that? It looks like. Is that like your ideal vacation spot, or is that? What's the story behind the ink?
That's the dream right there. I got a little like Hawaiian vibe going on my leg. I would love to go to Hawaii, but just like the beach is something like I've always found joy in and peace in. So yeah, I just, put it on my leg. So
Ohana to you. Are you tribal? I mean, do we have some
maybe
some connections? The Annoy family or Fatu? I mean,
no,
I don't know.
unfortunately not.
We might have another tribal chief here. We gotta talk about.
Oh shit.
We gotta practice our haka for your next for your next
absolutely.
match. We gotta get the haka going. And the what's this one? It's called the Pachuca or something like that. I don't know. It's that one MMA guy does it a lot, or he does the thing, but I don't know. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, not a whole lot of action packed. Not a whole lot of action in your matches. It's very slow.
Yeah.
Slow paced. No.
Very mellow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I was showing Angel this picture earlier. I said this is like in a movie. Like this is something out of like Fast and Furious or something, or Jackie Chan. Like, so I mean, this is two high flyers, and who are you going against? Sugar Dunkinton? Who is this that you're fighting?
That's Avery Jacks.
Wow.
We have a very, very similar style. So it was actually it was my second time working with her, but I mean, I enjoyed it. She put up a good match. She gave me my run for my money, I will say.
This looked like, like it was like Ken and Ryu fighting, like it's the two
Yeah.
similar styles. And I love this spot because it's like you both doing the same move at the same time. And I love when two wrestlers have similar styles. It's like a mirror,
Yes.
It's like both of you going back and forth. Oh, this is
Yep.
so cool. Yeah.
Yep, we had the same idea. We threw that drop kick at the same time. So
Yeah. But if you haven't guessed already, I'm being very sarcastic about Jade's wrestling style. She's so fun to watch. A lot of high flying, but she's also, look out for that armbar. Look out for you got to look out for everything with Jade.
I got a new finish coming soon.
Oh, we might see that. I'm going to the show in August. They got August 23rd, and are you going to be at Next Up on August 23rd?
Most likely, yeah.
Awesome. And we got to talk. Because I noticed they've got a men's title, or they've got the title. There's no Next Up women's title yet. Or is there? I didn't
there
see one.
is.
There
There
is?
is. Yes.
Who's the next up women's champion? And why aren't they showing up to defend? Are they a little it sounds like someone else has chicken legs, not you.
So actually, the picture you have up with me and Avery, this was actually a triple threat match for the title. Avery was holding the title, and the girl Mira, she's not in the picture, but she actually ended up winning that match. So she now holds the title. I'm sure she'll be at the next show. But yeah, there's definitely a title, and I hope to, get a shot at that soon.
Yes, I think that might be necessary. I think we need to see that, especially after your victory against, was it Keely? I think it was that you took on.
Yes, Keely Capri.
Yeah, that was, and she was such a diva. I love that that little kid was chirping at her, and she was like, "What?" But that was enough to. She slept on you though. She wasn't ready. She was not ready for it because she didn't take. What's that?
Stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. Or get juiced.
Or get juiced. Speaking of juice, Angel Marie wants to know, has a question for you about the JADEerade.
So the JADEerade juice, what's in the JADEerade juice?
What's in the JADEerade juice?
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of things.
It's a little bit of everything.
It's my secret.
Oh,
my secret.
Okay, that's valid. You want to share one ingredient out of it?
Maybe if you come to a show.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to fly out.
Get your ticket.
I'm from Texas.
We'll get you out.
I'd love to go to Texas and work a show out there.
Oh,
definitely.
Okay. I got some people I could probably talk to about that.
I'd appreciate that.
Speaking of Texas, they said that you hail from San Antonio, Texas. I think you and I talked about this a little bit too. That was that the little girl we saw? Was that the San Antonio Jade that we saw?
No, so actually that was VA Jade. Actually, I was born in San Antonio on the far west side, and we moved to Virginia a few months after. So I was born in San Antonio. So, but I've resided here most of my life. So,
well, I mean, as Angel Marie would say, once a San Antonian,
always
for life.
Exactly. I mean, I was technically born in San Antonio too, but I don't live in San Antonio. But I basically call it my home because I mean, at this point, I live over there. I'm close enough.
No, but I definitely I haven't been there, so, since I've been all grown up. So I think it would definitely be a good experience, especially if I'm out there wrestling.
Yeah. I think Jade needs to do a Texas tour.
Oh, I think so. I would love that.
RCW, Mission Pro coming off of hiatus. ROW.
Hybrid.
United
Texas Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, I think Texas has
New Texas. Yes. Baracho.
Okay, I gotta write all these down.
I got you.
we got the hookup, and we know we already have the feuds. And tell us in the chat, besides Izzy, because I think we're already booking this match at some point. We got to see the Izzy Jade battle the arm bars. But who else would you like to see Jade take on? I mean, I'd like a high flyer like this. Is it rare? It is kind of rare to see, outside of like an Io Sky or, like a high flying female wrestler. And so, I'd love to see more, I'd love to see like a female Rey Mysterio. I didn't include that the interns, not me, because the interns do this, not me. I did see you had a lucha mask in your Instagram. Is that an alternate persona perhaps that we might see?
Maybe one day. I actually had
not that we're trying to have you cover your face.
No. Yeah. So actually, Amanda Kiss, we had a match recently at MATW in Yorktown, and it was a hair versus mask match. We had a little bit of history going on. I beat her on my debut. She was a little upset about that. So she went to management and set up that match. And unfortunately, I didn't come out on top. So she unmasked me there. A little sad about it, but who knows? We might see it again.
Might see it. I'd love to see it. Up, people saying Ridley Thorne, Callie and Tita.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, I think a Callie and
Callie.
Tita. Callie, I don't think I honestly don't think Callie could keep up with Jade. That might be a tough.
I mean, she's feisty. She's small and feisty.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be a good match. You never know.
We got it. Let's book it. JP Harlow.
Not JP.
Yeah, JP Harlow. Let's put that dude in. What about mixed matches, intergender matches? What are your thoughts on that? And because we've heard different sides from a lot of respected female wrestlers. Some say, let's do it, anything goes. Wrestling's wrestling. Let's break all barriers. Then I've heard some say, like, mixed wrestling takes away from the focus on women's wrestling, and that they prefer to have women's wrestling matches to help, especially with their record. But like, what are your thoughts on that? And or are you kind of like whatever works for you? Kind of more laid back on that?
Yeah, I'm actually super laid back on that. Honestly, I haven't worked an intergender match yet. I hope that I get that opportunity to do that. But yeah, I don't really have any views on it. Like I said, I just go with the flow, and I won't turn down from a challenge. So
exactly, and she's just out there juicing, getting people juice. That's all she's up there doing. Absolutely. We had the interns had to include this. Now one of our favorites. She's family with us. Jordan Blade, but your reaction, you're almost an Orange Cassidy kind of like, whoa, like reaction here. What's going on in this photo? And explain your reaction. This one just is killing us.
Man, it was so me and Jordan Blade and Erica Lee we're good friends. So me and Erica Lee were sitting ringside. We have history with Leah and Amanda Kiss. So we were just sitting ringside, and Leah thought she could just pull out the chair, and Jordan Blade just caught her with that forearm as she was raising it. And dude, she really caught her with that. And so I was like, oh. But yeah, that was definitely my reaction. Like, damn.
Like, this looks like World Star. You're like, oh. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that was a great match, though.
All right. I said this earlier that I was going to ask you. This is a good time to ask it. And like, I think the next picture is going to be an example. If you had to make a choice between 100 chops from Jordan Blade, now she is the submission sniper, so I'm not just saying her chops are the only thing lethal about her, but if you had to take 100 chops from Jordan Blade or 100 kicks from Janai Kai, which would you take and why? And like, and is it because you want to avoid the pain, or are you're like, bring it?
Honestly, all right, so the picture that you were speaking of earlier of me taking the chops, that was when I first started training. Yep, there it is. That was when I first started training. And, they want to make sure you have that grit to hang in there. So it was chop night. I was the only one who got chopped that night. So coach said, all line up. It was... Mind you, I've only trained with guys. Like, I haven't really trained with females. So it was 12 guys, and they got 2 chops each.
Oh my God.
So I took about 24 chops that night. By the end, I was about to crack a little bit. But these kicks, I don't think I've seen her work yet. Where's the location of these kicks?
Oh, we'll send you some videos. But Janai Kai, she just recently left MLW. Janai Kai is known as the Kick Demon. Okay. And we'll send you some some clips from that. But definitely check out Janai Kai, the Kick Demon. She's kind of up there with like a speedball Mike Bailey as far as the rapid fight. Or if you've seen
Okay.
Chun Li from Street Fighter, that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. Okay,
That's
well,
pretty much.
without even seeing it, I'm just gonna say the chops.
Okay.
I'll take the chops.
I will. Yeah. Nobody ever is saying take the chops, even though Jordan Blade is a beast with the chops and Janai Kai. Well, I'll send you. In fact, I recommend Jody Threat versus Janai Kai is one of the best Mission Pro matches, like in my top 5 Mission Pro matches. The brutality of it. There's one spot where she's doing like this kick like that. It's brutal.
Insane,
but
yeah.
but Jordan Blade, she's one of our faves. She's family, Mission Pro fam, the daddy of the district. Have you do you foresee her coming down to next up and maybe having your back in a certain championship match at some point?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't worked the same show as her on the next up, so I don't know. She could have my back, but like I said, she's a little unpredictable.
Yeah, so no heat currently. There's no heat, but
no heat currently.
But you gotta kind of. She is the daddy of district. You gotta kind of have your head on that swivel a little bit.
Yep.
Again, is it hard to maintain some kayfabe alliances in women's wrestling? Especially like the Erica Lee, who's also very close with the Outrunners, the youngest men alive. When I was a little child, I was an Outrunners fan. I had all the action figures and all the merch. I mean, that's their gimmick. But no, this is Erica Lee, right? Is this a budding alliance here? Is there some heat going on here, and are you guys looking out for each other?
No, we're looking after each other. Amanda tried to interfere with a few matches, and she cheats. We all know how Amanda kisses.
Yeah.
I don't agree with everything she does, but you know what? She's gonna cheat. She's gonna do what she's got to do to win. But you know what? I wasn't gonna let her do that to Erica Lee. So you know what? I got her back, and I know that she has mine if it ever came down to it.
Yeah, I think she's trying to use a chain on her at one point, and it's like,
she did.
Like, no. So Amanda Kiss was about to go to change her name to a boot to kiss. She was about to have to kiss Jade's boot as she gives her an enziguri. But and if you guys if we have the Erica Lee Jade Onyx tag team, what would what would be a good tag team name? And let us know in the chat. Would it be the I guess the Jade, the Fierce Jades? I don't know. What would be no, that's lame.
Let's see. We could go with Jaded Gals.
Ooh,
or we could go with Jaded Honks.
Oh, there you go.
Cute.
Yep. Jade Honk or something like that. I love it. Good stuff. And it's tag team wrestling in the indies is tough for men and women. It's because there's a lot of people they're booking singles, or it's tough to get tag teams. Would you ever want to pursue tag team gold, or are you focused on singles for a while?
I'm focused on singles for a while. But definitely in the future, I feel that I would definitely try to go after that tag team gold.
Very cool. Now I know sometimes you do this for the fans' enjoyment. Sometimes some of the fans can be a little bit shady, sus, or creepy. Like this guy right here that you met at the show.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean this Tio Frio guy here. Yeah, I mean how do you deal with fans like this one that just comes up to you and is like, and gushing and marking out over your match?
Hey, I love all fans, so you want a picture? I'll take a picture.
Awesome. Yeah, this guy seemed to be one of the biggest marks at that show. I mean, he was acting like a little kid. I don't know if you saw it. I got to tell you, I've been to a number of indie shows. The next up, I would say the quality of every match was great. The baby faces were interacting with the fans. The heels were chirping it up with the fans. My buddy and I were trying to get a lot of cheers going. There's this little kid that was chirping with his dad, and we would, anytime he'd start a cheer, we'd start to get it. He was the one that got into it with Keely, because she kept pulling your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes, watch the hair. And she goes, wash my hair.
I heard that. I rewatched the match and I heard that, and it stood out. So I was like,
yeah, right.
That is so funny.
Yeah, that was.
But, yeah.
I really am. Forgive me for marking out now, but you were such a joy to watch, and I'm looking forward to. I can already see, you wrestle like a veteran. Like you've got that, that instinct in there. And, Keela's also great. She was kind of like the mean girl, so the two of you played off very well. The storytelling in the ring was there too. There are sometimes though, you look like you were in some severe pain, and so I don't know if that was
powerhouse.
Yeah, she is. She's tough, but,
she is.
She was not ready. She slept on you.
Yeah, she was drinking the JADEerade juice.
she got
JADEerade juice.
So,
but yeah, there's a lot of good talent at Next Up. The shows, I really enjoy wrestling there. The fans get involved. They're into it. The chants, everything, like you said, it's good crowd energy.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, it's such a positive environment too. And the ref is not bashful about shutting down some inappropriate fans. There was one dude that was getting a little inappropriate, and the ref was like, "Listen, this is a family show," and shut him down. But you got to do that. You got to nip it in the bud. Yep. I felt like I was 8 years old again. I was having so much fun. There was this little toddler kid. I think he was 4 years old, and he was sitting behind us with his dad. And then every time like a wrestler would come by, he would run up to get a high five or a fist bump. And I think it was the Fang Gang. Yeah, it was Fang Gang, because they came by and we taught him how to do the Fang thing, and he thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So thinking about that little girl in the purple, not green, do you now kind of see, are you that the possibility of you now being that superhero that some little girl sees and goes, you know what, I could try this someday?
Yes, absolutely. That's the goal. I want people to look up to me, and I want to be that role model. Actually, let's see. When I was growing up, I really looked up, like I said, to Rey Mysterio and people like that. But my life story, I really want to get that out there, to kind of show people, like, even though we're going through things, and even though it gets tough, you still got to push through it, and like we can still be successful even with, our plates so loaded and so much going on in our lives. I just want to be that motivation, and I want to have the little kids look up to me. I have actually a good little kid fan base right now. One of the girls came up to me at a show, the title show that I won, but she came up to my merch table. She's like, "Did you know that we're best friends?" And that just was the cutest thing ever. And I really want to be that role model for them.
What about your life story do you feel like it would be inspirational for the young ones and for adults too, going through stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was 2 years old, my mom had a diving accident, and she became paralyzed from the neck down. So, it was pretty traumatic, life altering for, everybody, for my grandma, for my dad, for me, even though I was little, I still kind of knew what was going on. My dad left around the age of 6, and I kind of started to step in a little bit there, like just like feeding my mom, or like just like making a bowl of cereal for myself and stuff like that. You know, without like my grandma, I don't know where we would be, honestly. But yeah, just like I had to mature really fast growing up, and my mom has always made sure like I still had somewhat of a normal life.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's just yeah, it's been tough, but you know, we've been getting through it together. And I decided I played D1 college softball actually, and I decided to stay close to home so I could still care for her. So and she's always like been there to support me. She came to almost all of my games. Like she will not miss a game. She hates when she misses a match. Like she's gonna do everything in her power to make sure that she's there supporting me.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And you know,
It is inspiring.
That's where, you know, that's where that vigilant kicks in, you know. It's like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, wow. I feel like that's the beginning of a good 30 for 30 at some point, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just love to get my story out there. I'm actually working on a documentary right now to try to get that story out. So hopefully, you know, we can share it all here with the Mission Pro family.
Absolutely. We'd love to
Yeah.
have that. We'd bring it on. Absolutely. And of course, maybe you know, before that happens, we got to get you that title match with old Izzy. You know,
Yep,
I think
absolutely. I'm
we got to
ready.
make that happen. So really quick, not to put you on the spot, but if you got a little message for Izzy Moreno, the BFF, the Mission Pro champion, 18 years old, you know, I don't know if you were listening earlier, but she just put out her KISS cards. I don't know if she's trying to become an adult and trying to break away from that little kid Izzy mentality here, but I don't know if you had a little promo, a little something to say to Izzy about who has the best armbar, you know, and maybe we need to test that. What would you say if you could look at the camera and just kind of talk to Izzy right now? What would you say?
Okay, let's see. Wow, you're really putting me on the spotlight here. Izzy, you might be the champion. You know, you might have the respect of all these people. But when Jade Onyx makes her debut, they won't forget me. And stay vigilant or get juiced with the real armbar.
Yikes. I think we're going to have to get this booked. All right, Izzy, your move, BFF. I don't think you're, I think you better get back into the dojo, or you're going to get yourself juiced. That's awesome. Well, Jade, this has been fantastic. We'd love to have you back very soon. We're going to be we're going to be starting some stuff for you. We're going to go start some feuds out there and talk you up and get you into. So if you start getting some heat from some wrestlers, it's kayfabe heat. It's not real heat. Just know we're out there trying to get you in there. But we'd love to have you come out to Texas and do a Texas tour.
Oh, and, absolutely. I would love that.
And you know, Angel Marie knows a few people.
Yeah.
Right. She knows a few people.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
All right.
She knows a few people. She might even know the United 210 GM. I don't know.
Okay, it already happened. It's no longer gonna be me. Yeah.
Boo,
Don
boo.
Juan. It's a whole mess with Don Juan. Texas streets are taking over, so
Don Juan.
maybe Jade can stop them.
Jade could come in and join like Ridley and everybody and stop the Texas streets.
Yeah, dude, I would love it.
That would be a crowd pop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Pepe says mic drop on your promo, by the way. That was good stuff. Good stuff.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Jade, this has been phenomenal. This has been awesome. You've been awesome to talk to, awesome to watch in the ring. And you know, again, maybe someday we'll see that Jade luchador mask come back. Maybe not. You know, maybe just go with the regular flow there. We inspired by your story. And super excited to see all the flippy do action that you got, and you know, may all the chops you take you heal quickly. And
appreciate that.
We'd love to have you back, and we'll talk. We're going to talk to Thunder Rosa about when Mission Pro comes back off hiatus. That we got to get you a part of the Mission Pro fam.
All right,
And,
I might have a flipping finisher for you.
Oh, a
Nice.
flipping finisher. You heard that
Maybe.
little hint right there. And on the socials, I just want to make sure I got your Facebook and Insta. Are these correct? It's _ Jade Onyx _ on Insta.
Yes.
And then is Facebook, is this a good place to go for Facebook, or where do you hang out mostly on socials?
Mostly on Instagram and TikTok.
And TikTok. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot to get your TikTok, but what is your TikTok? And I'll put that in.
That's a good question. I think it's Jade Onyx with 2 X's.
Jade Onyx 2 X's. Okay, so
Yeah,
Jade Onyx 2.
Jade period and then Onyx with 2 X's.
Got it. So you make your day with the Jade Onyx TikToks.
Mm-hmm.
More to come, more matches to come. Stay dialed in on Jade Onyx. This is one to watch. And I'm going to put this out there in the universe right now. I predict this is July of 2025. By 2027, because 2026 is going to be the year that you really come through. By 2027, your name will appear in the PWI 500. That's what we're doing. That's my campaign. By the 2027 issue, we will see Jade Onyx in the PWI 500. You heard me say it now. Mark this. We're gonna come back to this moment. We're gonna play it on Mission Pro when we see it, and we're gonna bring you back and celebrate.
Absolutely, it was fun chatting with y'all.
Absolutely. So cheers. Drink the JADEerade.
Drink that JADEerade juice.
Drink that JADEerade juice with these secret ingredients.
Yeah, you won't know till you come to a show.
Absolutely. Got to come out to the show. Check out Jade Onyx. Go to any show that she's at. Support your independent wrestling, because they are the stars, not only of the future, they're the stars of now. Let's be honest with the way that social media is. But on behalf of Jade Onyx and Angel Marie, I am Mind Runner. Goodbye, mwah, and good night, bang.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.